Hi guys, my name is Emily, and today I'm here to review Train by Danny Cohen. This is a piece of Holocaust fiction that I had to read for my children's literature course. Train takes place over the span of 10 days in 1943 Berlin during some Nazi roundups. It's a text that's part of the Unsilenced project, which I will leave a link to down below. And so this text looks at voices that are not often heard in Holocaust fiction. So the story follows 6 characters. Zura is a Romani woman who has been sterilized. Alexander is a gay Jewish boy. Elise is a good German. She is an Aryan child who attends the Hitler Youth Program. But we also learn from Elise that being a good Aryan doesn't necessarily mean that you are spared, because her brother, who is mentally handicapped, is taken away and killed by the Nazis. We have Marco, a gay Romani boy who is coupled with Alexander. We have Kizzy, she is the cousin of Marco and Zura, and she is also Romani. And we have Rudy. Rudy is Alexander's younger sister, and she is Catholic because Alexander and Rudy's parents are in an interfaith relationship. So each chapter flips between the 6 characters' perspectives, and it sort of unfolds this narrative of things that were happening at the time, different ways that you could be persecuted. There's an article also on overlapping stars. So the Jewish people were given a yellow star, which was 2 yellow triangles, right? But then there was the pink triangle for queer people. So there were different identity factors that went into whether or not you were deemed acceptable in this Aryan society. It is sad. Obviously, it is Holocaust fiction. You shouldn't really expect a happy ending from it. But there's a lot of stuff going on in here, and I think it's important to tease this apart and to think about these different perspectives. Because, I mean, yes, World War II was catastrophic for Jewish people, but it's also important to remember that there were other people affected by the Nazi regime. The train is obviously a really important symbol throughout the text, and what I enjoyed was tracing the different meanings of the train. And so first it starts off with Alexander buying his sister a porcelain train. So there is an engine and 5 carriages, and a couple of those are cracked. If the engine is Zura, because she's kind of the motivator, she starts off the book, then we know that the other train cars are cracked and damaged, and we can kind of guess which characters are which cars. Then there are the physical trains, like the train tracks that run throughout the city. There are trains transporting people out to concentration camps. There are trains transporting people out to safety. There are trains transporting people through the city. You may feel like you have freedom when you get on the train and you travel to some place, but trains are not like cars. Trains run on set tracks. Someone has already decided where you are going. Somebody turns on that engine. Somebody switches the rail lines. So this idea of the train tracks as an illusion of freedom under societal control is also interesting. And then there's the actual train that Kizzy ends up on when she's shipped off to a concentration camp. That is the more traditional train that we see in Holocaust literature and we think about in Holocaust literature. So there's all sorts of different ways that the train comes up, and I found that really interesting. I thought it would be important to mention that there is a queer relationship in this text, but also fair warning that it is not a happy ending. Overall, I would give Train a 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I would actually like to purchase a copy because I'm borrowing this copy from the school right now. I would like to purchase a copy of this and read it again because I think it's a really important text. I think what Cohen is doing as part of the Unsilenced project is really interesting. There's an interactive map online, and so you can go to see all of the historical locations that are talked about in this book and kind of get a sense of the city. And so like when you hear about Rudy and Elise walking someplace, you can see how far that is on the map. That's really cool. So I will definitely leave a link to that in the description box down below, and I would highly recommend that you check it out and that you pick up a copy of Train because it is so good. It is young adult, but it is young adult with a message, and I really enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments down below if you have read Train by Danny Cohen. Let me know if you've read any other Holocaust fiction, because that's kind of an interesting genre in children's literature, right? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!